Hi guys, it's Mrs. Millison. Okay, in this video we're going to learn about void methods. Okay, with and without parameters. All right, what a void method does is it doesn't, it's more like an action that's going to happen, but it's not going to output anything that's going to be usable for a variable. Okay, so for example, we are going to do a couple void methods. We're going to do one void method where we're going to increase the grade level. Okay, we're just going to increase it by 1. Okay, so again, here's my students in my JCS student file, but I'm going to create my method back in my students class file. So here's my students class file. These are my instance variables, which were done, our constructors, which we created in the last video. And now I'm going to create some methods. Okay, now these are going to be void methods. Okay, so I always like to think of a void method or a method as it performs a task. Okay, all methods perform some sort of task, but a void method has no usable output for a variable. Okay, so okay, I'm not going to type all that. Okay, so what we do is we call public because we want to be able to use it everywhere, and we're going to say void. Okay, because it's not going to have an output type. It's not going to output an int or a string or a boolean or something like that, and we'll do that. We'll do that in the next video. Okay, we're gonna then we have to name our method. We're going to increase our grade level, so I'm going to call it increase grade level. Okay, and this one I'm not going to have any parameters for. Okay, because when I run this method against any of my students, all I wanted to do is to take whatever the grade level is and increase it by 1. Okay, so I don't need the word return because I'm not actually returning anything. I'm not returning a value that can be put into a variable, so I don't need the word return. Well, all I need to do is take the grade level, and again, I'm going to come up to my instance variables and get that variable. I want to take this grade level, and I just want to increase it by 1. Okay, so I'm going to say grade level, oops, plus plus, okay, because we know that'll increase it by 1. Let me get rid of this extra space in here. I like everything all nice and neat. That's it, okay? That's it for that method. All this method does is increase the student's grade level by 1, okay? And it doesn't output anything. It just simply changes the value for their grade level. Okay, so let's come on over here. I cleaned this up a little bit. Here's all of our students. So we'll do, let's do Sam Jones. We're going to increase his grade level so he's in 10th grade, and then we'll do another void method where we'll change his GPA. Okay, so to call the method, first I need to figure out which objects or which instance I'm going to run the method on, and it's going to be student 2. It's going to be Sam Jones. And I'm going to use my dot operator, and then I'm going to call my method name. Now, of course, I forgot the method name, so I'm going to go back, and it's called increase grade level, and there's no parameters. Okay, so increase grade level. Okay, done. So now when I run this, it's going to take, when we establish Sam, he was in 9th grade, and then down here, it's going to take student 2, Sam Jones, and it's going to increase his grade level to 10. Okay, so when it runs, I don't have anything outputted. So let's go ahead and print. Actually, let's print Sam before and after. So if I print student 2 before I change the grade level, it'll print 9th grade. Okay, so let's see that. Move this up. So there's my Sam in 9th grade. So that's this printing. Then I come down a line and I increased his grade level. So now if I print it after that, I guess I could have copied and pasted, huh? Okay. You know what? Of course, I'm going to print a blank line between the students. Okay. So now when it runs again, and again, don't worry about this. It's just because I haven't done anything with my other students. I took out all those other print statements. Okay. Okay, so this first print line is Sam as is in 9th grade. Then I increased his grade level, skipped a line, and I printed him again. So now you'll see down here in the printout, now he's up to 10th grade. Okay, so that is a very simple void method. Again, it didn't output anything that I could assign to a variable. All it did was take a value and change it. Okay, and it didn't require any parameters. All right, let's do a void method. We want to change the GPA. Okay, so again, I'm not going to output anything. I just want to change his GPA or change any student's GPA. Oops, I could spell change, right? Change GPA. Now for this one, I want a parameter. Okay, actually, sorry. I just like to, let me get my things in here. All my curly brackets and stuff. I want a parameter because I need the new GPA. Okay, so if I'm going to change the GPA, I got to come back up here. I need to make sure I use a double, okay, because whatever the new GPA is, I'm going to assign this GPA to it, okay, and it has to be a double. So in my parameter, I'm going to say double, and I'll call this new GPA. And then down here, I'm going to take the GPA that was my instance variable, and it is now going to equal the new GPA from the parameter, okay? And again, I won't see it happening. It's just going to happen in the background. I'll see it when I print, okay? Let me compile, and let me come over here. So we'll just stay with Sam. He's now in 10th grade, so he should have a GPA. You know what? I'm going to do that down here. I'm going to put him in here. So I'm going to do student 2, which is Sam. Was it change GPA? I can't remember. Change GPA. And then I need a new GPA. Sam did very well his freshman year. We'll give him a 3.5. Okay, so Sam started in 9th grade with a GPA of 0, and that's what we're going to see here. We're going to increase him to 10th grade, and now he has a GPA of 3.5. So now when I print Sam the second time, his grade level will change, and he'll have a new GPA. Okay, so now Sam is now from 9th grade to 10th grade. His GPA was a 0.0, now it's a 3.5. Okay, so those are two examples of void methods, and the reason they're void is because they don't have a return type or an output type. Okay, now sure, this grade level is still an int, this GPA is still a double, but changing the grade level, I'm not going to save it as another variable because it's already grade level. I'm just modifying information that's already in a variable that's already created. Okay, and then to use my methods, I have to put the object or instance name, stu1, stu2, stu3, whatever, dot, and then the method name. Okay, now if there's no parameters, you just do your open and close parentheses. If there is a parameter, you need to put that parameter in. And of course, our parameter was a double, so I have to put a double in here. I couldn't have put a string in here because it's looking for a double. According to the method, it needs to have a double in the parameter. Everything has to agree. Okay, all right, so that's it for non-void methods. We'll tackle, I'm sorry, that's for void methods. We'll tackle non-void methods in the next video. Okie dokie. See you next time.